provided gold as they claim on their website. What I am telling you is that in the chain of bringing in petroleum products, in the payment for these petroleum products, which were done by Bank of Ghana, in that value chain, there is no myth. The program that involved bust, there is no myth. If Bank of Ghana had a separate arrangement with MIF to be part of some other program, I do not have that information. Let's put that clear. But there is a program that involves BOST, MPA, Ministry of Energy, and Bank of Ghana. That program did not involve MIF. Now let me quickly run. Let me quickly run.
This is what we are opposed to. This murkiness where it's not. Let me
quickly run up. Look. If somebody sits in their office and they said murkiness, opaqueness, use words like that, and if the trail of documentation, which they have not spoken to anybody, IMANI have not spoken to nobody from MIF. IMANI has not spoken to IMANI has not spoken to nobody from IMANI, please let me.
Hello, Kwadwo, you have already described a counterfactual analysis as phantom analysis.
Exactly.
And that was a wrong a wrong premise to start. You don't think so?
Exactly.
Counterfactual analysis. IMANI has engaged with the documentation involved in this. And you call that phantom analysis?
Samson, if you start off by creating a certain scenario that $7.2 billion is lost, and you come and say that it's a counterfactual.
They didn't say that. They said there is the risk.
Yes, I said it inside.
There's a risk. They didn't say it's lost.
He said it's counterfactual.
Yes, counterfactual.
Right, said it's counterfactual.
But counterfactual doesn't mean phantom.
But it is. What does it mean? Go to Oxford Dictionary. What does it mean? It doesn't exist.
No,
counterfactual doesn't exist. It does not exist. It's phantom.
But financial analysis or economic analysis, when you say counterfactual, you are not talking about a phantom. You're using documents that you are familiar with, that you have used to produce a certain result. Somebody is using the same documents to also come to a different conclusion. That's the point.
No, my point I'm trying to get across to you is that when you go into the dictionary and look at the meaning for counterfactual, what it means in dictionary is that something that does not exist.
Finish your point. Finish your point, and let's go.
Let me write. Please stop it.
So why are you so agitated if some society is trying to bring transparency? You should be supporting.
I am with you on that. I am with you on that. We want
to objection if we are trying to bring transparency.
Let me land. Please let me land. Something. You see, people make it look like some of us are against the investigation everybody's calling for. Everybody can do investigation because, like I said earlier, IMANI has not spoken to MPA, IMANI has not spoken to Bank of Ghana, IMANI has not spoken to BOSS. Let me finish my point right, please. IMANI has not spoken to any of these institutions. If anybody wants to do a proper investigation, you are more welcome to go to the FIC, to go to Bank of Ghana, to go to BOG. You will find all the files neatly packed for you to look at. Now, if somebody, my brother, let me speak. When you speak, I didn't speak. Please.
Manny, it's not correct. Where do you think our whistleblowers come from?
Samson, can I speak? Can you ask him what I can speak? He spent 1 hour, I didn't utter a word. Now, when you have an institution that wants to put a document out there to the public, what we would expect IMANI to do was to, one, have a document that has a name, has somebody's document that has been signed. That document they want to put out there talks about 1.2, 1.5 losses. It's debatable. All of a sudden, we are seeing something like, all of a sudden, we are seeing micro-feedback and sterilization and financing as a probable accounting thing that can be lost. The most important thing I want the viewer to understand is that Gold for Oil was a good program. If people feel that actors of Gold for Oil did something wrong, by all means, the institutions should investigate and prosecute where they have the evidence to prosecute. But let's not sum up the whole program. People who are today in high position offices who supervise Gold for Oil, we try to impugn their integrity by trying to say things that we do not even understand ourselves. So the point is that let's not make it look like something that was done. Everybody has an opinion on why they think something should be done.
I think your point is made. I think your point is made.
Let me land on this.
Thank you. You've been landing and never landing. I need to stop
let me land on this.
Thank you, gentlemen. The two of you. Thank you very much.
Right. He made certain allegations about IMANI that I declared that we didn't speak to anyone. That's not correct.
I know that is not a fact, and we can ignore that because we know that IMANI spoke to several people who are connected with this.
They have not spoken to anybody. They have not spoken to anybody.
They have spoken to many people. Thank you all, gentlemen, for making time to be with us. This is Newsfile, and we have been talking about the Gold for Oil program, which IMANI's counterfactual analysis shows that there is a risk of a loss of 7.2 billion, and they are asking for a number of things to be done to confirm what they have found out about the program. As a matter of fact, by the analysis, they come to the conclusion that there was nothing innovative about it. It was almost unnecessary, and that without it, fuel prices may have been a little less than what we had at the time it was introduced. Bottom line, the gold that was being used for the purpose could actually have been sold and the money taken and given to the Bank of Ghana or the banks or the BDCs directly to do the purchases. The country annually requires about 4 billion to purchase refined fuel, and the BDCs have been doing this all the time. But this time, as far as IMANI's analysis go, it was done to benefit the middlemen in a very opaque system. Sole-sourced individuals giving contracts for which there's no benefit to us, but they were benefiting.